Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com, and this is the chart. It's set for London, new moon 6th of March 2019. I use whole signs to demonstrate the events of new moons and full moons. And here you can see the moon, the sun, Neptune, Mercury, all in the sign of Pisces. Now, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It's to do with the two fishes. That's the symbol, and they're very relevant for Pisces. In the image I'm showing you, one fish is going upwards, the other fish is going down. So this is the heights and the depths of Pisces. And I'm giving you the title of Diving Deep at this time. The reason being is the sun is right next to Neptune. And that only happens one day a year, and also it's very rare that it happens with the new moon. So Neptune, the god of the sea, can be extraordinarily beautiful and wonderful to be, swimming in the sea or on a yacht, or very glamorous. But also, of course, there are undercurrents in the sea, and the sea, of course, can bring tsunamis. It's a powerful force. Now, Mercury, here is Mercury, the winged planet, is just turned retrograde. So yay, Mercury retrograde for 3 weeks, 23 days to be precise. And it's going backwards. It will join Neptune again. It would be joining the sun, and Mercury will join. And this is very much an emphasis this month, this astrological month, on the sign of Pisces. Now, it's a water sign, and water means emotions, feelings, and Pisces, as I've said, can be the heights, the spirituality, the divine, oneness, but also it can take us right down into the depths of despair or disillusionment or disappointment. Because if we have something that's so idealistic, it's very easy to be disappointed. Chiron, I want to say, first of all, there's so much going on at the moment. Chiron has just moved into the sign of Aries, and that, here it is, the red sector. Chiron in Aries, fire energy. Uranus only just has moved back into Taurus, and I say back because it was in Taurus briefly last year, from the 17th of May to the 6th, 7th of November, depending on your time zone. So it dipped its toe, if you like, into the sign of Taurus, roughly 6 months. It only reached as far as 2.5 degrees of Taurus, so if you are a Taurian, it might not have affected you at all. But now it will. Not immediately, unless you're born right at the beginning of Taurus, but it certainly will over the next 7 years. And Uranus is unpredictable. Uranus brings radical change. When it last changed sign into Aries, we did have the whole Fukushima, that nuclear plant, and we had the tsunamis. We had a lot of huge, violent things that happened. Taurus is very much about food, and I do see that as being, the widespread interest now in veganism, and supermarkets are adopting whole sections in my local supermarket for vegans. So that to me is extremely positive. Now at this new moon, as I said, Chiron into Aries. Now Chiron is the wounded healer archetype, and Aries rules the head. So it's about anyone 50 who are having that Chiron return, and those of you who have Chiron in Aries, you'll have that returning. It's I believe a positive time, a healing time. But Aries is all about courage, going head first, being a pioneer. So therefore, this is where you've come to heal that. And I've had my Chiron return many moons ago, and it certainly did shift things for me in terms of the wound, but also we've come to heal and help others with their wounds. There's three parts for Chiron: where we're wounded, where we can inadvertently wound others, but also where we can help heal others. So please, if you have Chiron in Aries, take that to heart. Now Venus at the moment, I'm going to look at all the planets, but Venus is the only planet rather, in an air sign. Air brings communication. Air gets us to breathe, doesn't it? Air is everywhere. So Venus is the lone planet in an air sign. In Aquarius, it's very much to do with groups, networks, friendships. And Venus is all about personal love and choosing people that you want to be with, that share a common interest with you at this time. Now, Venus stays throughout March until the 26th of March in Aquarius. Then it will move into its exaltation sign of Pisces, which is a real beautiful energy of connecting the personal with the divine. Mars is currently in Taurus. Here it is, just almost halfway through. Mars is a planet that's not really very happy in Taurus. Taurus is a very fixed sign, but it gives stability, and we need earth energies at this time. So we do have Mars in Taurus, an earth sign. We have Pluto, Saturn, South Node, all in Capricorn, also earth. So we've got a lot of grounding going on here, and grounding is essential for Pisces. And water signs get on very well with earth signs. So if you are a Pisces, you are happy at the moment in terms of you have planets that help ground you, help you to manifest. We can touch, we can smell earth. That's the element of earth. None of the others can we smell. We can't smell water, well, unless it's polluted, of course. We can't smell fire. We can smell fire, sort of, but certainly earth signs are to do with the actual earth. The other planet, yes, as I said, Mars. Mars will move into Gemini on the 31st of March. We do have, I'm just highlighting, the full moon will occur right on the spring equinox, 0 degrees Aries, the sun, 0 degrees Libra, the moon. So it is that full moon coming up, and it will be 21st of March, is like a new beginning for the whole year. And it will be the last full moon at 0 degrees of a sign. We've been having these since November. So if you've got any planet at 0 degrees, I've said this before, but you will be tuned in to each and every one of these full moons, depending on your chart. Now, Saturn, as I mentioned, earth sign, it's in Capricorn for quite a while yet. We haven't got over that yet. But at this time, it's very useful. It's about being productive and pushing past resistance. I mention this book to many, many clients, and I highly recommend it to you. Nick Williams, a friend of mine, first put me onto it. It's called The War of Art in 3 Inspirational Steps, and the author is called Stephen, spelt with a V, Stephen Pressfield. Wonderful little book, short chapters, no more than 2 pages long, very useful at this time. If you get caught in procrastination, not feeling good enough, but we need to push past that. Neptune. Neptune in Pisces has been there for some time. It takes a good 13 years to go through a sign, any Neptune. And you might be feeling lost. You might feel, I spoke to someone in my local supermarket, the cashier, she's wonderful, and she said, yeah, I've been feeling as if I'm a bit drunk. But that's the nature, you see, of Neptune. God of the sea takes us under the water. How at home are you under the water? Can you breathe under the water? Have you explored under the water? Are you a diver? Have you had any experience of the water overcoming you and almost drowning. I know I have. It's very, very disconcerting when you don't know what is up, what is down. That's what's happening at this moment of time. So be aware the sun takes a good a week to move away from that very powerful pull of Neptune. It can be overwhelming with emotions, with tears, with feelings of loss from the past. And I've mentioned it before, and I do walk my talk. I've been using the homeopathic remedy called Ignatia, which is very, very good for grief. It doesn't matter if you, it's wonderful if you have a real homeopath to prescribe for you, and I highly recommend homeopathy, homeopaths. But also you can actually find the mild version in places, Whole Food stores, etc. So this Neptune is blurring energy, but it's a weakening energy. The sun is our physical energy, our strength, but also can take us into dream time. So be aware of your dreams. Notice them. What is coming towards you in your dreams? Could be a lot of stuff from the past. I say that because the North Node is in Cancer, to do with the Moon. Here it is over here. And the South Node is to do with Capricorn. So this is very much about the mother energy, which is Cancer. Father energy, naturally, is Capricorn. So this new moon is tuned in. If you can see all those blue lines, very much tuned in at this time. Do I need to say anything more? I don't think so, apart from Jupiter down here. Jupiter is in Sagittarius, a fire sign, and there is a conflict of fire and water. So the new moon with Neptune, Mercury, all of them in Pisces, water signs, and there we have Jupiter in fire. However, Jupiter is a benefic planet. The only danger, if you like, the negative of Sagittarius, of Jupiter there, is righteousness, is being right. And with Mercury retrograding and all of the energies of Pisces traditionally are ruled, what they call ruled by Jupiter, it's to be aware that you might put your foot in it. That's Mercury retrograde. And back up, of course, data, computers, but also check communications. Don't take it for granted that somebody has received your email. It's happened only to me today with a client. Came through an hour later. She was saying she's running late. So that is like, aha, there's the aha of Mercury, can be the trickster, just to be, that's just a little trick the universe is playing with me. As I said, Jupiter is also, I haven't said it actually, but Jupiter is in its own sign. So Jupiter brings faith, it brings optimism. It's Sagittarians, it's your planet in your sign. It's always a good time for you. Pisceans, you have Neptune in your sign, also very positive. Taurians, you've got the energy of Mars now to get on and do something productive. Capricorns, you've got these major planets going through your sign. That's a long-lasting something that you can really contribute to the world. And Aquarians, of course, you've got the lovely Venus in your sign. Now, it's not to say that other planets don't influence other signs. We look at oppositions. So Virgo, you're looking now very much at that Piscean energy. You might find you're attracted to people who are on the spiritual path in your life. Librans, you've now got Venus, your planet, in a good sign for you. Air signs like air signs. Librans love air signs, Aquarius, as do Geminis. So Gemini and Libra, you have the lovely Venus supporting you this time. Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio, we have a great alignment with water signs. So we do identify, I'm trying to think the right word, with Pisces always. So that's a positive energy and connection that we have. And of course the Cancerians amongst us, the same applies. Water signs are very supported at this time, as long as you take care of yourself and don't go into any form of sacrifice. Leo, I haven't mentioned Leo, but you have Venus opposite at the moment, which means that you might well find yourself attracted to people of the Aquarian sign. Yeah, astrology can actually be very basic. We attract into our lives our opposite sign. It's a magnetic attraction. Okay, so hopefully I've given you some hints and guidance for the month of March, and I will be doing another lovely little video when we get closer to that spring equinox. Thank you for watching. I'm Pam Carruthers of Healing Stars, and I give consultations online internationally. Doesn't matter where you live. I had 2 clients only this week, both of whom live in Vancouver in Canada. It's great. I love it, the fact that we can talk to each other via the internet wherever we live. So thank you again for watching.